How can one kit be so zoggin' perfect? Wow! Welcome back to the Red Ones Go Fast. I'm old Big Mek, and that's right, we are talking about the most important, bestest orc kit of all time, because we just can't seem to shake them. Let's get into it. Alright, first of all, this kit is the main reason for this video right now. This is the new Wrecka Krew, which is the new kill team, which inside the box holds an entire squad of either Breaka Boyz or Tankbustaz for Warhammer 40k, the big game, which means this box is the hot commodity right now in everything orcdom, as everybody gets their little mitts on it and then tries to use all the parts to kit bash 2 full squads out of this box. And there are a number of ways to do it. In fact, my initial go at it didn't really work so well, but it was still an idea, which was to utilize the odd number of boys in the Black Orc Blood Bowl box set here, which comes with 6 big old chunky orcs and 6 grots, so that you would have the 6 bodies that you needed for the Wrecka Krew, plus some grots that turn into the bomb squigs. And well, they do work, but they are quite the chonkers. These guys are significantly larger than the Breaka Boyz, but it does work good for the knob. But yeah, there's a number of ways to do this. I keep alluding to, I'm doing a Secrets of the Sprue video on the Commandos, the Breaka Boyz, and the Wrecka Krew, because they all share the same kind of arm joints and head joints and are actually compatible with each other. And again, that is still coming, but that doesn't really save any money, because those kits are really expensive too. You are paying full price for a Breaka Boyz kit, and really what you're doing is you're getting 10 bodies, you're going to use 6 of them for these, and then you've got 4 Breakas left over that you can't really do anything with. You know, mixed squads and squads that aren't the right size aren't really a thing these days in 40k, because you're spending the full amount of points for the full squad regardless of how many models you bring, and there's not a whole lot you could do with 4 Breaka bodies. Now the Commandos, on the other hand, have a much better use case. You see, the Commando sprues are absolutely loaded to the gills. Not only do you get, you know, the bodies that you need, but every one of these Commandos comes with 2 sets of weapons for it. So you can actually make kind of 2 squads of Commandos out of these if you get yourself 10 more bodies. Well, you're like, okay, you're already buying more bodies and stuff. What do? Well, easy. The old world orc boy kit is the same boys as the 40k boys as far as the body, the head, and the legs go, and the way that the arms attach. And what you could do is pick one of those up, because one of those is cheaper than 2 squads of boys. You now have 20 bodies that you can use for kit bashing. You can make yourself 20 Commandos, plus your 6 bodies for your kill team, have 4 of these bigger, cooler bodies left over. There's all sorts of fun things you can do. But again, that's really expensive. This Commando squad is the exact same price as a Wrecka Krew, so why not just buy 2 Wrecka Krews? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to use it for kit bashing unless you are purposefully trying to make things as cool as you possibly can, and not necessarily save any teeth. Now, I have had some people tell me, well, but you know, you could just grab a regular squad of boys that has 11 in it. You can then use the Commando bodies and just glue the arms on straight from the Breaka Boyz. Now you've got your 6 Breaka Boyz, your 6 Tankbustaz, and then you use the leftover bodies from here, the 4 of these, plus the 6 bodies from the old boys, and now you've ended up with 10 to make a Commando squad. To which I go, why have the middleman? Let's get rid of the Commando squad completely and just use old boys. And well, you take an old boy, and by old boy, again, for those of you that don't know, Games Workshop has 2 different sets of orc boys on sale right now in 2025. There's the old kit, which contains 11 miniatures and costs significantly cheaper, and then there's the new kit, which only includes 10 boys and costs much more and is a much worse kit. They are the infamous monopose boys, and they are truly monopose. They are not like the Commandos and the Breakas and the Wrecka Krew, where they're slightly modular. They are literally one and done. Now, there are like 2 options in it. Your heavy weapons guy can either have a rocket launcher or the big shooter, and then the knob can either have a big choppa or a power claw, but that's it. You have literally no other options, and it's a mixed loadout squad, so you get a couple of Shoota Boys randomly thrown in there, and 1 Stick Bomber Boy, plus your 5 Choppa Boys. It's not a great kit, is what we're saying. You know, if you've got one, great, but there's definitely no reason to get more than one. And they're frankly terrible for kit bashing because the bodies are sliced up all weird, and you really have to like kind of glue them all together and then chop saw pieces off to glue other things on. I've done a whole video on it. I'll link it up there. It's doable. It's just not the best. And again, it's significantly more expensive. The retail on that thing is like 50, 60 bucks, whereas the retail on the old boy kit is somewhere around 40, 45 right now. I don't really know because the prices change every stinking week, it feels like. But the old boy kit with 11 models in it is cheap. It is one of, if not the cheapest basic troop choices in all of 40K. Obviously, the Gretchen box is cheaper, but they're grots. We don't count those. We're talking about boys here, right? Regular old boys, 11 to a box, super duper duper cheap. And these sprues are the epitome of usefulness. Again, I've done a whole Secrets of the Sprue on this. You should check out that playlist. But look, you get 5 bodies, 5 legs, 5 sets of arms with the Sluggas and Choppas, 5 sets of arms with the Shootas, a couple of armor plates, and your 5 heads. You get 2 of these plus the upgrade frame that has your full knob on it, as well as extra pieces for the rocket launcher, the big Shoota, and you know, stick bombs and Tankbustaz bombs and just everything under the sun. All of that comes in that box, which means you do get 11 bodies. And well, that means when you steal 6 for these, you got 5 left. Now, what could you use 5 old orc bodies for? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Lootas and Burnas set. Again, for those of you newbies that aren't quite gray yet and don't know, the Loota kit for Warhammer 40K for the orcs includes everything you need to build the Lootas. And everything you need to build the Burnas, except for it only comes with 5 bodies. But they are literally the exact same bodies as the old orc boys. And so the popular thing to do is when you get a Loota set, you buy an old boys set, now you can build 5 Burnas, 5 Lootas, and you'd have 6 boys left over for other shenanigans. Well, gee, what can you use to do with 6 boys? Wrecka Krew. And actually having that one be the knob that's a little bit bigger is really, really useful, because in this box, in this set, the knob is bigger than the other orcs. In fact, he's on a 40mm base, which is actually really, really cool, which, you know, means that all knobs are going to 40mm bases soon, and I just got done converting all of mine to 32, so, you know, yay me. But that means you do need one that's a little bit bigger. And again, here is that sprue with the upgrade sprue piece on it. This is the body for the knob. He's often called the squatty knob because you combine him with regular legs, and so he's still a little shorter than a regular knob, but he's physically taller than the boys. You can see it on the tabletop. Easy to see, easy to do. And he's already got the spot on his back for that knob banner for that boss pole, which is great because they give you a couple of boss poles. And in this kit, they give you 2 different boss pole options for the top of the pole, but no pole. So super duper easy to take 5 boys plus the knob from the old school boys kit, take your Breaka Boyz, put them together, and you get, are you ready for it? I don't know that you're ready for it.
You know how I know you're not ready for it? Because you're not wearing your drip.
Because if you want to look this good, you need to head on over to theredonesgofaster.com, link down in the description below, to get yourself some really awesome merch, including the new shirt designed by BenBam, the classic Red Squig, including hat, and of course, your Red Squig water bottle. Quench that thirst. Check it out. All right, now that you bought some merch, I know you're ready for it. Here you go, a Breaka Boy on a regular old boy body. And I mean regular old boy body. There is no extra parts on this. There is nothing special. It is a set of legs and body from this actual kit with the arms, hammer, head, and the carapace piece from the Breaka Boy. So let's go over the workbench. I'll give you all the close-ups and the details, because this might be one of the easiest conversions of all time. And this whole like 3 kit make 4 units thing might be my new favorite thing in all of Orky kit bashingdom. Let's check it out. All right, so as I mentioned in my last video on the Breaka Boyz, you do get everything you need to make the Breaka Boyz
and the Tankbustaz, which is really, really nice. And so what I've done is I've gone through this particular sprue and I've cut off all of the spare parts that would be needed to make the Breaka Boyz so that I could use that sprue to make the Tankbustaz. And what you end up with are these little piles here. So for example, we've got a tank hammer, an arm, another arm piece, and the carapace, not to mention a head, and then the head for the hammer. And there are multiples of these. You actually end up with 5 full sets of hammers plus a set of the double piston things, giving you 6 total, which is great because that allows you to use one of the hammers to make the knob. And we did indeed make the knob out of one of those Blood Bowl guys, and he does look pretty darn good. I'm gonna stick with him. I thought about kind of chopping him back up, but you know what? He's unique, he's cool, I like him, we'll roll with it. But here is our regular boy next to him. You can see we've got that size difference going on, which is great, so he's easy to see on the tabletop. But yeah, this carapace armor works the business. So what you do is to glue these arms on to the old school boy body. You can see these arms have that new keyed section that I was telling you about. Like, see how this one is marked B? So it's going to go into any of the B Snagga or Commando bodies marked B, not to mention Squig Hog Boys, but I digress. So that is the key for it, but it's kind of this funky, like, I don't know, inverted tooth molar shape. You just sand all that off and make it flat and glue it right to the flat of the old orc boy body. Now, sometimes they don't line up all that great, but that's okay because you're going to cover it with this carapace armor, which is why I think converting the Breaka Boyz is really, really cool and easy, because it does give you so much like, I don't know, ability to cover some sins there. And it looks the business. I mean, this guy looks great. He looks like the new Breaka Boy, but he totally fits in with the old orcs. He's got that badonkadonk, like, he's just awesome. So this is super duper easy to do. Anybody can knock these out, and you end up with your 2 squads.
So I know your next question is, well, what if I want to build the Wrecka Boyz as the Breaka Boyz and then convert the Tankbustaz? Just as easy. Honestly, might even be easier. 2 of the Tankbustaz have the shoulder-mounted weapons, and so they're almost kind of flat already to begin with. And you do have, like, again, extra armor pieces and whatnot, both in that kit and in your boys kit here with the little shoulder pad thingies and little armor plates and whatnot. It's super easy to kind of add things to your boy on what's going on. Again, there's no accessories on the guy. He's literally just legs, body, head, the 2 arms, the hammer, and the carapace. I can still go in and add, you know, all the little gubbins and do, you know, the little targeting thing on a gun. Actually, the targeting thing on the tank hammer would be hilarious. I'm going to do that. But yeah, you know, you've got the iron gob, you've got these shoulder plates, you've got the, you know, the little pouches and whatnot. You've got stick bombs you can throw on there, some knives. Like, there's all sorts of bits that you can use to, like, put them together more and flesh them out. And you don't even really need them. Like, honestly, they look great popping right out of the box like that. So again, old boy kit, which again, is like the best kit of all time for kit bashing. We use it for everything. If you are not sitting on a literal stash of these things, you should be. I recently gave away 3 sets of these on the Win Old Big Mek's Orc Army contest that we ran the first 3 months of the year. And so one lucky got a whole bunch of these and a whole bunch more extra spare bodies and things like that to make all the conversions to his heart's content. But yeah, you should absolutely pick yourself up a bunch of these before they go out of stock and out of production, because these are a kit basher's absolute dream unit. I mean, it's kind of like the old school tactical squad for First Order Space Marines back when they were the only Space Marines. You would just buy tactical squads like crazy because they were stupid cheap, and you could turn them into Devastators and assault squads and everything else under the sun because the basic Space Marine body was the same. Same thing with the orcs. Basic orc body is still the same. But it's great that these old ones still hold up with pieces from the new kits. So, again, super duper top tip. If you have found yourself in possession of a new Wrecka Krew box and you want to build both squads and you're not real sure how to do it, or you want to do it to actually save money, just get yourself an old boys kit. Use the knob and 5 boys out of that with whatever pieces you want out of this, and now you have everything you need to have a squad of Tankbustaz and a squad of Breaka Boyz, which is also great because if you play Kill Team, I've actually gotten this question a lot on our Discord. Free, by the way. Link down in the description. You should check it out. We are super popping in there. But a lot of people were asking, well, hey, but if I actually want to play like Kill Team 2, Like, is that okay? Can I do that? It's like, yeah. Because if you build all 12 options in the box, that's like the best thing ever, because then when you go to play Kill Team, depending on which operative you want to take, you have all of the models right in front of you, which is super clutch. So even if you don't play 40K, if you just play Kill Team, I'd still go get a box of Old Boys that's significantly cheaper than this. I think the retail on this box is up to around $70, and those boys are still around like 45. So you're saving a crap ton of money to do that. So yeah, get yourself an old box of Boys, combine them with these. Now you've got Tankbustaz, you've got Breaka Boyz. Grab yourself a Luda box, and bammo whammo, you can make yourself a squad of Ludas and a squad of Burnas, because you're going to have those 5 bodies left over anyway. So bam, 4 units for 40K out of 3 boxes, 2 of which are pretty darn cheap. The Luda kit is still pretty darn cheap too. So yeah, stretch your teeth, make it go further, have a bunch of really rad options for your 40K army and your Kill Team. And yeah, that is my absolute top tip. I've been hunting for like different options on how to fix this and like convert these guys, and I just keep coming back to Old Boys. Old Boys are just where it's at. So now, from now on, anytime I do go to convert something, I'm going to start with Old Boys and see if it's even worth looking at anything else and go from there. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, stay tuned. If you like what you see, we are going to be doing that full sprue review where we actually like set up the camera and look at each individual part on the sprue and show you like how that B keyway fits into the B keyway on the Commandos and the Beast Snagga Boys. And that will be coming up in a future one. They take a long time to film and come up and like put together. So just that's why it's not a popping off right away kind of thing, but it is on its way. I did have to buy 2 boxes of these just so I could do that. And that's another thing. I'm not sponsored. Games Workshop has no idea who I am. Do you think I'd be selling Red Squig otherwise? So yeah, I'm paying full retail for these stinking things like everybody else. I don't have a shop that I work with. My local game store does all used stuff. They don't sell anything new. So yeah, any support, whether it's a like button or subscribing or sharing with a friend or picking yourself up some merch, goes a long way to help me out so that I can get these things and actually film all this stuff for you so that you can save the money on your 40K army, specifically the orcs, but we're going to do it for other armies too, because we get a lot of requests for it. And you know what? Old Big Mek is nothing but a satisfier. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Thanks so much for checking this out. Let me know what you are converting your Wrecka Krew with down in the comments below or over on our Discord server. We'll catch you in the next video. Until then, one!